You know,
Did we just go live?
we did just go live.
We just.
Y'all know what this is. It's the Issue Talk. Let's go!
What up, what up, what up, everybody? This is the Ish That We Talk. I am Lily. I am the host of this show. I am with I'm going to say it again. I said it one time, but I'm going to say it again because this sounds so dope when I say it. The incomparable, amazing, illest pit bull in a skirt, blonde bombshell, all around phenomenal woman, every woman in my Whitney Houston voice. Top dog of them all, the lady that pushes the bells and the whistles. If it wasn't for her, it would not be a meet. So I want everybody to give a round of applause for Lindsay.
Hello, everyone. How's it going?
And again, this is the Ish That We Talk. Check this out. You can check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, Twitter, which is known as X now, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. Gotta love Twitch. They are phenomenal. Gotta love TikTok. TikTok, for these next 75 days, I want to say you guys are amazing. Just because I have gotten a lot of good responses from TikTok, and I gotta love y'all for it. I always toot Lindsay's horn, and I would have to say, honest to God, her putting me on TikTok or telling me to get on TikTok was the best thing she could have told for me.
I agree.
I get a lot of interactions. I think it's because I'm a fine black man, but I'm a milk it. I'm a milk it, and I love it.
Yeah.
So shout out to you guys. But again, this is the Ish That We Talk. All of that is out the way, and I'm cool. It is 7 minutes in, so I'm past that 5-minute mark. So I'm gonna do what I always do. What's happening, you ugly motherfuckers? Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Lindsay, how's your health? How's your wealth? What's popping, my dog?
Everything is everything. How's it on your side of town?
I went through a crazy week. My son and my girl are sick. This is the first day they had a good day. My son has a cold and an ear infection. My girl has a cold, so they just been down for the count, and they've been irritating each other. I'm talking about I've never seen two people more irritated with each other. Like they can't stand each other.
Yeah.
They literally look at each other and just like and side eye each other like ugh, and because they both sick.
Right. Yeah. That's funny.
So
Well,
it's
I'm sending healing energy to the fam because it sucks to be sick.
man.
Yeah. Do kind of want to start off, sending our condolences. I have a friend that I grew up with on the block that he passed away a couple days ago. His name was Cortez Shine, aka Skinny, and they found out that he passed away a couple days ago. So I just want to send our condolences to the Shine family. Definitely in our prayers and whatnot. And then his older sister has been on the show before, Crystal.
Yes.
Yeah, it's her little brother that they found. So definitely sending our condolences to the Shine family.
Prayers up.
Yeah, and then also sending our condolences to DJ Unk's family. DJ Unk passed away. If you don't remember that name, you would definitely know his music because he came out with Walk It Out and Two Step. Yeah. And those were huge hits. They still ring off.
Not even gonna hold you. Two Step was the first song I watched, quote unquote, real niggas bop to. I'm not even gonna lie, like,
Yeah.
you know, most people that were in a generation above me was really like, nah, we don't dance at all. Like, that ain't what we do. We real niggas, we don't dance.
Right, right.
Two-step came, two-step, them
Yeah.
niggas.
Right.
Hennessy bottles in the air, you would have thought it was a Lil Kim video. Swear to God.
Yeah. And then them remixes, boy.
Yeah.
I think Jim Jones was on both of the remixes, but I remember the two-step remix with T-Pain. T-Pain murdered that mug. He murdered it. But yeah. Shout out to DJ Unk. He was 43. I think that's what I read. I don't know the reason behind his death, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see the reason either. I did. It ran through X, and I was like, what?
I forgot where I saw it on, but I went to X because I was like, is this true? You know, and to see him trending #2. I don't think he trended ever. But to see him trending #2, I was like, yeah, he gone.
Which is crazy because I don't know, just for me, I always look at it like, because I looked at his age and I'm like, man, that man was 2 years older than me. It really makes you question your mortality because, you know, as you get older, you know, everybody that's young is watching us. You know what I'm saying? You always be like, oh, yeah, you know, but I'm young still. Wah. I'm going to tell you as a person that is in his 40s, I still feel like I'm young still too. And just like you in your 20s to lose an individual, we lose an individual too, and it throws us off because we like, nah, that ain't supposed to happen for real.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
especially when it's not like something violent or something that's instant. Like if they die from an illness, that really shakes you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Because I'm like, in my perfect world, I'd be like, man, I wish everybody lived to be 120 years old. Because I think at 120, you like, yeah, okay, it's about time that I see my mama again. Like, I mean, I just look at it like that. I feel like you know what I'm saying. Everybody got a long life to live. Even when you're older than me, when you're in your 50s and 60s and 70s, if you can still get up every day and do more than some of these young dudes do, man, I want to put 30 more years on your back.
Right.
It just, you know, not only do you have the age and the wisdom, you also have the mind of, you know what I'm saying, to always excel and climb. So I didn't, you know, again, like if I would get one wish, I would just wish everybody died at 120.
Yeah. 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 It's just, it's kind of hard to think about that sometimes. So.
Even I wasn't even gonna mention this, but I'm gonna do it now just because it's relevant to this. I lost one of my young homies the other day at a gas station. Somebody ran up on him and shot him multiple times, and he lost his life. And it hit me hard because I literally watched him grow out of his mama's belly. I watched him grow in his mama's belly. He went to my mother's daycare, so I watched him grow up there, and I watched him become a teenager, and then I watched him, you know, become a man and do the things that he did, and put a target on his back, and it sent me to another place when I found out about it. It hurt my soul because, you know, knowing the path that certain people go, you got to realize that, you know what I'm saying, they still got time to get pulled back if they have guidance. And I sit and thought about it, and I was like, man, I didn't even check up on my dude. And I knew what he was doing, and I still didn't check up on my dude. And I hate to get you know what I'm saying, bad news like that. Because just, you know what I'm saying, somebody of my age and my caliber that knew him couldn't just give him, you know what I'm saying, talk to him. And it was, I went through a lot of turmoil yesterday of fighting with myself, like what I could have done.
Yeah.
But it's to bring it back into what we talking about, and man, it's death is hard on everybody, and it's not your fault. You can't change the outcome of what goes on with individuals, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt any less or any more.
Right. That's true.
So
That's
prayers
true.
up to everybody that we lost. Prayers up to DJ Unk. These are people that are going to be missed.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, let's get up out of this
Let's
song
get out.
that we
Yeah,
just put ourselves into.
that's all right. We gonna okay. So because I'm a hood nigga. Let's give 15 seconds of a moment of silence for Crystal's brother, Antonio, and DJ Unk. All right, let's do it. I don't know what would start playing in the background, but Crickets was like, "Come on, nigga."
Like, give it the show. Let's go. So yeah, let's go ahead and start with Snoop Dogg and Nelly and Rick Ross and Soulja Boy.
And Soulja Boy.
So, outside of honoring Martin Luther King Jr. on his special day, they also had the inauguration, and and the crypto ball, that was celebrating the new president that was inaugurated on Monday. So the crypto ball had entertainment. They had Snoop, they had Rick Ross, and they also had Soulja Boy. The actual inauguration had Nelly, and they all performed. And the people that are getting the most slack is Nelly and Snoop, especially Snoop, which is totally justified because it was Snoop that went really hard on this president when he was in his first term, and made a video about people that were going to perform for him, calling them coons, talking about I have to perform for your boss, and all that type of shit, right? Nelly did an interview with Willie D. Shout out to Willie D.
Shout out to Willie.
And there's a clip that floated around on the interwebs because Willie D asked him straight up, like, what made you accept this gig? And, Nelly pivoted to talking about the military. So where Willie D had to ask him, like, what does that have to do with you performing for the president? So he was just like, they perform or they do their job regardless on their political beliefs. So I'm going to perform regardless. It's an honor to perform for the president, this and the third, which historically, yes, it has been deemed an honor, but we don't have that type of president. So Yeah. Soulja Boy made a video that basically said, Trump put money in my pocket. I got paid a lot to do this gig. And Soulja Boy did Soulja Boy, showed the money, called people names, and what have you. I haven't really seen a video where Rick Ross specifically is talking about him performing, but I've seen videos where he's talked politics, and it sounds like he was leaning towards Trump anyway. So, um, Rick Ross historically is about money at the end of the day. So, money over everything, and so I can't see him not voting for Trump because of the whole money thing. Like he would have to prove me wrong. But yeah. Um that's basically it. Nelly's supposed to come here for tacos and tequilas in June.
We should go.
I definitely was looking at the tickets today. I'm going. I ain't bought my ticket yet, but I'm going because Bone's gonna be there,
Oh, we definitely should go.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, it's just funny that because Nelly is the top name on the ticket, and I wonder how that's gonna pan out because that's 6 months from now. So I wonder how that's gonna pan out if he is going to be fully accepted, or are we still going to keep this same energy? Because they're talking about canceling Nelly and canceling Snoop. I haven't heard anybody talking about canceling Soulja Boy or Rick Ross. I'm assuming them as well, but they're definitely talking about that canceling Nelly and canceling Snoop. Like, it's hashtags and all that. Like, people are pissed that they did these gigs, especially Snoop. But people are really pissed with Nelly to the point where they're pissed with Ashanti, and Ashanti is getting backlash. How there's like fan pages that have made statements. They're saying that we can no longer be a fan page for Ashanti because of who she's connected to. Like, yeah, it's real. It's definitely real. What are your thoughts about all of this?
Did we just jump off?
No, you froze.
Nigga, you froze. So it's on both ends. Because I'm like, what's going on? And then we jump back in. Oh, shoot. Okay. And so I'm just gonna say this. Let's just start with the fucking big dog in the room. Shit don't age well, my guy. Things do not age well. And I can 100% say I get it, whatever, won't. But then I would be lying to myself just because Snoop, you got to stick to your guns. That's why I tell a lot of people, don't get into politics if you don't know what I'm saying, if you're really not into politics like that. Because in 2017, I think this is what when it was, you were quick to call niggas coons and all that, and for even like showing up and performing. Everybody was giving what's her name?
Chrisette
Michelle. They were giving her so much backlash, and I think I was the only one, and I said it on a podcast, like, man, you gotta understand, man, giving somebody a bag that ain't never had a bag that big, they don't go for it. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. They don't care about whatever political views, because they ain't never even, they don't jump in that bandwagon when it comes to those political views. So a bag is a bag, however way you slice it. Motherfuckers talk that whole You can't get money from here. You can't get money from here. I'm going to just keep a total being with everybody. Your grandma told you years ago, money is the root of all evil. So that money, is whatever money you getting, is coming from a bad place because it's coming from a place of greed. So if that's the case, all y'all that talk about Snoop should stop working. Y'all should quit y'all fucking job right now because y'all don't run it and it's ran by big business. And a lot of time those big businesses are crooked. Now, am I saying that Snoop should have performed? Hell no. 100%. I'm saying Snoop should have stuck to his guns. But Snoop is, quote unquote, America's rapper. So I can see them negotiating a big bag for him to do that. Was it right? Nah. Does it create generational wealth for Snoop? Fuck yeah. So am I mad at it? 50-50. 50-50. Now, when it comes to Nelly, I'm 100% be on this. Nelly has never tried to push any political views. So whoever would have gave him a bag to become president, to perform while at an inauguration, he's gonna go for it. Period. I will 100% agree to one thing he said, which made sense to me. I thought you followed me for what I did, not what. Know what I'm saying? Like, and I perform, not who I choose to perform for. And that I 100% agree with. I don't 100% agree with how he worked around all of that question, but I do 100% agree with that. Like you rock with me because of what I do, not who I perform for. And that's just what it is, legit. Again, and then another thing I would say, because I've been thinking about this all week.
Yeah.
If we just gonna be on some nigga time, Nelly told y'all a long time ago, you gonna sell out? You're damn right. I done sold out before and got the same night. What the fuck are we talking about? Nelly was going for that bag. Nelly was going for that bag.
I mean,
and you
hey,
that nigga got a brand new baby. You think he wouldn't go get a bag? Y'all crazy out y'all rabbit ass mind. And then let's get on Rick Ross.
Yeah.
I will respect 100% Rick Ross for this. Not even trying to intervene with what the fuck a nigga got to say about him doing whatever he's doing. Because at the end of the day, my money, not y'all. And everybody knows what Rick Ross is about. And excuse me, because last time I checked, he legally has to call himself Rose. So what Rose is talking about.
Oh, when did that happen?
He had got sued. That's why, he'll never come out with a Rick Ross album. It'll always be a Rose album now because he got sued for using the name Rick Ross.
Yeah, I thought he lost that suit.
No, he didn't. He didn't. He lost the suit as far as money, but he did get his name back.
Okay, gotcha.
He got his name back. That's why Rose's next album was Rose.
Okay. I mean, yeah, he shouldn't have did it.
Big Draco, come on, y'all.
It's Draco.
Come on, y'all. Like, and my Boosie voice, come on, man. Come on, man. You think he wasn't gonna get that bag?
Yeah.
Come on, man. He want to be the first rapper to do everything.
Well, he's the first rapper to call Kamala, excuse me. I think he called her Kamala. He's the first rapper to call her a bitch.
It is what it is. Think he wasn't? And then I'm gonna tell y'all something, because I want the world to wake up. Black, white, brown, whatever you call yourself, whatever pronoun you choose, whatever group you're in. I'll tell you this off the flip, just about people that start making a different type of money. People that start making a different type of money got a whole different type of view. So a lot of things that you think they should align for, they're not going to align for. You know why? Because they're not us. They're not poor. They're not middle class. They're not even upper middle class. They're not even high class at this point anymore. They are on another level. They have fans. They have people that are literally cry when they see him. They're on a whole different level.
Yeah.
So, of course, they're going to have a whole different type of view about certain things. We're going to be upset and mad, and then we have to turn around and think about, shit, they not us no more. Even they can claim all day that they us. I do this and I do that, and they can have all the contributions in the world to give back to where they came from. But at the end of the day, they are a different type of breed now. One, because they can give back. Two, because at this point in this level, your best bet is to rub elbows with people that your people ain't never seen before. Because that's the only way you're going to continue to help your people.
Yeah.
And just keep it 100, man. Y'all got to think like that. You think if we blew up right now and we was the #1 podcast in the world, and I'm going to honestly tell you about me and Lindsay, you think that if somebody offered us a bag to bring them on to interview, you think we wouldn't do it just because everybody else didn't like them? The only way I honestly, on my end, the only way I think I would do that is if they were just blatant racist. I'm not going to talk to a blatant racist. That's just, you would. I wouldn't. I would just know the reason why I wouldn't. And it's two things. If we were doing this, like we're on video, then yeah. If we were face to face, I don't think I could do that. And the only reason why I say it, not like I'm a thing, it's just everything that they say, I always want to butt into it. So we're not gonna have a good conversation.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say that. I ain't saying it like I'm a gangster and be like, boy, I'm gonna beat that nigga ass. Nah, it's just certain things they gonna say that I'm automatically try to rebuttal, and we're not gonna have a good conversation. We're gonna be feuding.
Yeah, yeah. You know, we tried to get in that realm before,
Mm-hmm.
and whew,
yeah, you see how
that was an episode.
Yeah, that one. And that was somebody that I grew up with.
Yeah, that was definitely an episode. Yeah, folks was pissed. Folks was pissed. So, yeah.
That's what at that I'm fumbling over my words because I'm laughing because that's when I start everybody that uses this word now. I just immediately bury semantics. If you say let's stop talking semantics. I am literally I'm gonna listen to the next 5 minutes and I'm gonna bury everything you fucking said because I'm tired of people making that a thing.
Yeah.
We're not talking semantics. We're not. We're talking what the fuck these people actually are doing.
Yeah. This is the thing. It's just, I don't know. It's just sad to see our heroes just sell out. You know.
So you think they well with Snoop? I get it. You think
that's mainly
Nelly sold out for real?
I mean, when I'm talking about our heroes, I'm thinking of Snoop.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now that I will agree with. Okay.
Yeah. I don't. Nelly gets too emotional for me.
Hold on before you go there.
Yeah.
Word it like you need to, because I've said it before. There will be no Missouri slander
from you.
Be no Missouri slander on this show.
From you, but I've seen Nelly on like panels before where he gets emotional. So he gets in his feelings and he gets animated a bit, and so the way that he acted in that interview, I'm not surprised.
I really did get. You know what? And I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I can't hold you. I really did. Kind of like, how you catch yourself listening to a podcast and then start talking shit like, nigga, what the? I did start doing that when he started talking about Biden.
Yeah, that
I
was
was like, nigga, what the fuck does that have to do with this? Biden wasn't
right.
even running no more. He dropped that. Nigga, stop. Shut the fuck. This is not helping your argument, my nigga.
None of it was helping. None of it was helping. And I had saw somebody in the comments. They was like, I would have respected him more if he just would have been like, "Hey, he paid me, and it ain't hurt nobody for me to perform." So,
Boom.
yeah, and
That's
I'm
why
like,
I liked the lady from the other time. Michelle,
yeah,
like that, because she didn't know. They paid me and I did it. Fuck are we talking about? I'm an artist.
right. So Beckerman is watching. He says, "Sorry, I'm late. I was busy slandering Missouri. Did I miss anything?"
This is why I love you, bro. That's why I love you. You wake up on full term asshole. Like you wake up and think, who can I make punch me in the face today? Like,
Right.
this is his whole point. He just like, I just do this to just to irritate me. Like it's a
Right.
gift.
Right. Rubs
And
hands.
I'm talking about the coolest person you will ever meet in real time. But he just want to see how far he can go with certain people.
Right. So
After the show, he had an idea that we should do. I'm after the show, man, remind me so I can talk to you about it because it's hilarious and he's really hell bent on like, yeah, let's see if that actually happens. Although he don't want it to happen, but he's down for it.
Okay. But yeah, so like I was saying, I'm not surprised at how he acted. You know, I'm surprised that Snoop did it because at the end of the day, none of these people really need the money. At least the way that they present themselves to us, it's not like they need the money. And I wonder because like Snoop is the type of person that he can pretty much do anything he wants. You know what I'm saying?
But so here's the thing, because I seen some people talk about that too, about how they didn't need the money, and even when I was talking to certain people, it was like everybody talking about their bags. One thing I learned about a millionaire a long time ago is first millionaire dude I met, he said the reason why I keep my millions is because I actually don't spend my million.
Okay.
So that's the thing. Is their net worths, you like they don't need the money, but the reason that keeps them relevant and keep their network the same is because they don't actually spend that money.
Mm-hmm.
They spend other people's money.
Yeah. And that's a point. Beckerman says it's impossible to actually slander Missouri in this chat. When it's written, it's libel. Slander has to be spoken. Dro says, and yet here you are. Dro. Oh goodness, the chat is having a whole conversation on their own.
Shout out to the chat. Listen,
right.
I know both of these fine gentlemen, and I will say both of them are degenerates at best. And so I would love for them to feud it out on our on the Issue We Talk chat. Listen, this might get us views. I'm all about getting views. I'm trying to get sponsorships.
Right.
I'm trying to do whatever. You know, at the end of the day, I'm trying to get on Snoop level. I'm just never gonna say no crazy shit, and then double back down on it a couple of years later, unless because it's a big unless I apologize for it beforehand. So if I disrespect you in 2015 but apologize in 2015, then I should be able to do whatever I want to do moving forward.
It's a point. But like I was saying, it is sad to see this happen with Snoop because like I was saying, he's the type of person that basically do whatever he wants. You know? He has pretty much, done things where anybody else would probably think that would be career suicide.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And he's gotten away with it. scot free.
He's
And we love
America's
him
rapper.
for it. Yeah, right. And we love him for it. Like, you know, he's the same rapper who had a song that was Murder Was the Case, who was actually on trial for murder. And then turned around and had a whole show with Martha Stewart, you know. Um he's had a few shows actually. Um he had Doggy Fizzle Televizzle.
He did.
I
Before we
freaking
before you
love
go
that show.
further, I'm gonna say this because I had this argument with a couple of people on Thursday. I said, if you think about it, you know, as much as we want to get mad, and for me, I'll say I am mad for Snoop doing this because of what he said in 2017. But at the same time, I say this, we're getting mad at this, but at the same time, you got to realize that a rapper who came out with Murder Was the Case and actually was beating shit, beating cases. Why wouldn't a person who beat cases, who literally was saying, I feel like my African Americans, going on trial for something you did, all this old extra stuff he was doing, I'm paraphrasing. I ain't saying what he said per se, so don't shoot me down for that. But everybody remembers what he was doing. He was coming out to the rap music. It only makes sense that he deal with that Trump would want him and he would give him whatever. And then it only makes sense that Snoop would do anything with Martha Stewart, because I used to tell people all the time, you know, it's only one felon on that goddamn show.
There was a meme that said that too.
Like, it's only one felon on that show, and that was Martha Stewart. Snoop, always, I guess, what I'm trying to say, and for the most part, if y'all think it's funny, it's not really funny. It's the honest to God truth. He's been aligning himself with real white niggas for a long time. Yeah. In his mind, this is what he's been doing. He's been aligning himself with real white niggas for a long fucking time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, I mean, like I said, Snoop up until this point has not been canceled, and he can do whatever he wants. Like, literally, like, Snoop has done whatever he wanted. Like, he's done a reggae album, he's done an R&B album, he's done a gospel album, he's done songs with Corey Feldman. Like, he has pretty much done whatever he wanted to, and nobody thought he was selling out. Nobody thought he was, you know, anything. We just thought that's Snoop.
And
you know what I'm saying?
And that's what he's trying to prove at the end of the day. He's trying to, he's doing the same thing that OJ did, except OJ was fucked up when he said, I'm not black, I'm OJ. Yeah. Snoop is doing the same thing. Snoop is like, I know what I'm saying, I'm Snoop. Like, we got to think, Snoop let Drake ride off with a AI voice for a diss track for a California rapper, and Snoop response was weak as hell. And I'll fuck with you, Uncle Snoop, but that was weak as hell. Did I do it or did I not? Like, you didn't try to put Cali on their back, and you didn't try to put Cali on your back at all.
Well, he was just pretty much like, I ain't in this shit.
Yeah, but at this point, it's a Cali thing.
Yeah, and that's fair. I get what you're saying.
At this point, it's a Cali thing. I'm gonna keep it 100. If I was a rapper and somebody would to come out with a diss track against Tech Nine and then add my voice to it, I'ma immediately shut that shit down.
Ouch.
Like, off the flip, shut that shit down. You think I'm not doing that. Like, that's not me. You got me fucked up. Not on no disrespect, because you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if I fuck with you, I'll tell you I like your music, but don't include me in that bullshit like that. Don't do that. Take that shit down. And that ain't even on social media. I'm gonna have a real conversation with them. Like, take that shit down, because I'm not in that. Don't do that. Don't even think that shit is cool. That's why I started looking at him at that point like weird. For that, but I still let Snoop ride, because again, Snoop is like, I'm not nobody else or no genre or no typecast or anything. I'm literally Snoop Dogg. I'm just Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
But again, I'll double back and say this is black folks.
Mm-hmm.
You got to draw a line somewhere.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, I have my opinion about it. I will say I'm upset about him saying what he said and then turning back and doing that. And the only reason because the way I grew up, you couldn't tell me, you couldn't look me in the face and say, hey, don't fuck with such and such, blah, 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 blah. And then I don't, and then I turn around and see you fucking with them. I immediately X both of you niggas from around me.
Yeah.
So that, know what I'm saying? So that's why I look at it like it's crazy. Now, if he would have tried to clear it up, when he said it, then I wouldn't even have a problem with what he's doing right now because I would justify like, nah, he been apologized for that.
Yeah, but I mean, he's been outspoken on certain things. You know what I'm saying? But you know, especially certain things that you know are direct, or like that happened to the black community directly. You know, this whole Trump thing, and then you know he spoke out about Kanye West too. So it's like, what is that the next thing you're gonna do a song with Kanye? Like I don't know, but Beckerman
money's
says,
right.
Yeah, and apparently Kanye got it because he's back up a billionaire status. So, but anyway, Beckerman says Snoop has been rich for more than 2/3 of his life. It can't not change you. That's a point. Dro says that boy cashed in early on talk shows too. So
yeah, it's just one of those things. If you think about it, it's especially with Snoop. Snoop went to a point where he was the biggest rapper in the world, with Doggy Style. Murder Was a Case. And then he went broke. And then Master P put him back on, and then he never fucking looked back.
Right.
Everything he's done now is strictly for the bag. So why are we acting like people in that caliber are not gonna go for the money? It just is what it is.
Yeah.
I looked at it more of y'all mad at Snoop and Nelly right now. I wonder who y'all gonna be mad at the next 4 years. Like in the next 4 years, who y'all gonna be mad at for performing? Because that's what's gonna happen. You think niggas is not looking at that and being like, man, they getting how much for a couple of minutes? And I'm only getting that for doing a 7 tour show. Man, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, offer me that type of bag offer the Ish We Talk that type of bag and say y'all have to hold a deadline of only 15 minutes. Nigga, you know how fast we gonna do that shit?
Right.
You know how much money I'm gonna spend to get there because I'm making that money right back?
Right.
Man, y'all crazy out y'all rabbit ass. I mean, that's what it is. And I'm saying this as a poor individual. You got nigga, you to even be middle class now, you got to at least make 125,000. I don't make none of that. So I'm gonna tell you, if they said we want the Ish We Talk to be in Washington and we're gonna pay y'all 350. If Lindsay say, oh shit, I don't think I'm coming, I'm gonna tell you, I already bought your ticket, bitch. What we talking about? What the fuck we talking about?
Right.
That ticket is already bought.
That flight. Right? So yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see, you know, how this pans out because, you know, a lot of people are trying to cancel them. Now, can you live in a world without Snoop?
Can I?
Yeah.
Like Thanos erasing? Or just cancel?
If you cancel him, that means you can't play his music. You don't support him like any of his business endeavors, like no TV shows, no endorsements, no nothing. Like you are completely turning your back on Snoop. Can you live in a world with Snoop not being a part of it?
I can't.
Me either.
I'm not. And I'm going to tell you why I can't. And I'll tell the audience why I can't. It's because Snoop was instrumental to my life as a young man. Period. Snoop from, 93 to now has been relevant. So for me, that is literally about to be 32 years of knowing who Snoop Dogg is. I would never. And if you do it, or not you, Lindsay, but if you and the audience do it, I'll turn around and tell you this. That man just got a bag for the president. And if you still play R. Kelly music, you bet not ever have this fucking argument with me.
Points were made. Yeah, I'm not going to live in a world without Snoop. I don't give a fuck. Like, he can perform for Putin. I don't care. I'm not going to cancel him fully. Because I mean, there's nobody out here that you're gonna like what they do 100%. But is this a cancelable offense? Not for me.
No, hell no.
So yeah.
Hell, I didn't like when 50 turned around and was telling everybody how that everybody owed him money. Do that stop me from playing certain 50 Cent songs? Fuck no. You niggas should pay this nigga.
Right. And the killer part about that was that he was telling the truth. You know what I mean? Like, and we knew it every time when somebody had a rebuttal. Well, he the one that said, well, why are you getting on here explaining? Just be quiet. He'll move on to the next person that owns money.
Yeah.
Beckerman says canceling is dumb. I can write a person off without needing them ruined. It's a sick concept if you think about it.
Point.
Yeah. There's only like a couple of people where it's just like, yeah, I'm cool on you. You know what I'm saying? But then you get down to an argument where you're talking about separating the person from the art. Some people can do it, some people can't. So yeah, like as far as like R. Kelly, for instance, what R. Kelly was doing was some fucked up shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not gonna be mad at somebody that don't want to listen to him no more. But then I'm also not gonna be mad at the person that knows how to separate.
Exactly.
It just is what it is.
100% not. But I will knock you in your motherfucking head if I jump in your car and I hear the keys to ignition and you turn around and be like, Snoop Dogg a fucking sellout. I'm like, yeah, let's turn this off and let's talk about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, just turn the car off altogether because we gotta iron some things out before we proceed.
We gotta talk about it because you are in my try to be educated voice. Sir, you are living a farce.
Right. Right. So yeah. So that's them. Now let's get to Mr. Boward Woward and Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Bell, yep.
Okay, so Ohio State won something. You know, I don't know and don't care, but they won something. And Bow Wow was there, and you know, they interviewed him. He was hype about it. Apparently, he has a restaurant in Columbus, and which is where he was born and raised to a certain point. But he said, you know, everybody come and get free food, you know, because he was hyped. They won, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Then also he said that he was the biggest out of Columbus. He didn't say Ohio. He just said specifically Columbus, Ohio. Um, yeah. There is a person by the name of Le'Veon Bell who apparently played football.
Yep, he played football for until 2021, from what I'm looking at.
Yeah. So he jumps out the window, pretty much saying that Bow Wow don't do nothing for the community in Columbus. He didn't even know he was from Columbus. He's not the biggest person out of Columbus. That Le'Veon is actually the biggest person out of Columbus. Then he did another video that was like, you ain't even from Columbus. You from Atlanta. You've been repping Atlanta. Nobody knew you was from Columbus, blah, 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 blah. Anybody who has listened to a Boward Woward song knows that
Boward
Mr.
Woward is diabolical. That's mad business right there.
Right. I saw that on Twitter like a few months ago and hollered. But yeah. They know that Mr. Woward is from Columbus, Ohio. He has literally been repping Ohio since Bounce With Me. You know,
That's
what
true.
I do has never been done. Ohio is where I'm from.
Straight up.
With a whole Ohio State football jersey on. He's done it with Ohio basketball jerseys on. He has literally been saying it. I Think They Like Me remix, them Franchise Boys. He says Prince of the Old Town. You can't possibly think he's talking about Atlanta. You know?
And don't nobody call Atlanta.
Right. Then he also said in the song that he has with Snoop, that was on the first album, Beware of Dogg, that I bought proudly at 16 years old. He said in that song, what did he say? From the CO represent so. What starts with CO? Atlanta.
You know what?
Atlanta will start with CO.
I gotta stop you right there, because he did say that, and he said that as a kid with so much like pride.
Yes. And the examples keep rolling in. He was talking about being from Columbus all the way up until he was signed to Cash Money. He was on the songs that when he was signed to Cash Money talking about being from Columbus.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Bell, get the entire fuck out of here, dog. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. You just wanted to go viral. You want people to actually know who the fuck you are, because before now, nobody knew. It was so many people in the comments talking about who like, are you fucking serious, dog? Like, y'all play on Bow Wow's top so tough that if he came out here and just spazzed out the way that Soulja Boy be spazzing out, like, I would not be mad at him, because y'all really be playing with him. And he does things to be like, dude, you a clown. But his career, you cannot like,
you can never deny Bow Wow's career.
You cannot
as much as you can talk about him, you really got it. You really can't get mad, because he's still able to do things that you can't do.
Yeah, that boy was on motherfucking Arsenio Hall at what, 3-4 years old when he was signed to Death Row. Let's be clear, he was on Doggy Style. He was on my favorite song on Doggy Style. So it's like, let's quit playing with this man. This man has been certified since he was a toddler.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he
you
has.
know what I'm saying? He's been around the biggest names since he was a toddler. They have constructed his career to be a great career. That man was out here selling out shows left and right. He took over the Scream tour. He took over the Millennium tour. Like we love Bow Wow.
And then let me just stop you with this, because what a time to be alive on them Screaming the Millennium tours.
Mm-hmm.
I remember at one point that they were saying, why did y'all even put Bow Wow on there? Bow Wow washed up, and he ended up being the best thing smoking on them tours.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
every time, I remember so much hate that was going on. Like, Bow Wow, who the fuck want to see Bow Wow? Y'all,
Right.
me,
100%. 100%.
fucking
Yeah.
me. Like,
And you know what's so funny for me? Because like I've bought a few Bow Wow albums. Bow Wow has great quality music, but it's so funny. I've never, out of all the times, I've never seen him in concert, in person. And I've been to a Scream tour. I went to the Scream tour with T.I. and Sierra Cole headline, but yeah, like he was headlining for years. You know what I'm saying? And then he got on that Millennial tour and started co-headlining with Omarion.
mm-hmm.
Like, let's quit playing. Let's just quit playing on Bow Wow's top. And then he's a good actor. Like Mike. He was on what is that? What was that? CSI Cyber. He was on that show. He did Lottery Ticket. He was in what is it? Fast and Furious Tokyo. Yeah, he was in the Tokyo Drift one, and I heard he was in the last one. So
I ain't watched the last one, but I'm pretty sure he is, because they put the white dude in it, so I'm pretty sure he is.
Yeah, and then he was supposed to have his own show, and if you go to YouTube, you can watch the pilot episode. It was really a good show. Like, I don't know why they didn't go along with it, but it was really good. Like, let's just quit playing with Bow Wow. Let's really quit playing with Bow Wow. Bow Wow is huge, humongous, and he probably is the biggest thing, like the most famous. I would say the most famous, because they talked about this on the Breakfast Club, and Charlamagne looked up like 2 billionaires that came out of Columbus. So he ain't the one that got the most money out of Columbus, but most
nobody's
famous,
saying that.
Absolutely right.
Yeah, we talking about the name.
Yeah,
the name that comes out of Columbus. If you want to talk about the most famous, not the richest, the most famous is always going to be Boward Woward.
Right, the first.
It is what it is. It's like, you can't deny. That's the thing that
the first.
Right. It's the thing that I want. You know what? I'm gonna raise the bar. I'm gonna say Esquire.
Right. The first.
The first. Because listen,
big one, not the little one.
Everybody listening to me, listen. Everybody, all of us civilians are gonna talk shit about Bow Wow. It is what it is. I've talked shit about Bow Wow before, but at the end of the day, you have to understand this. This man has been not only famous, but I can't say wealthy, but extremely way more I guess provided for than any of us. And he has titles that you can never ever fathom of getting, and will never ever get to this day. Listen, it ain't nobody around in the year of 2025 and beyond will ever be labeled this Mr. 106 and Park. You better put some real respect on that, because in the 2000s, that was our version of Soul Train.
Yeah. Yep.
And if y'all respect every person that came out of Soul Train, you're definitely going to respect Mr. 106 and Park.
Yep. And at one point, you know, he was the biggest thing. Like he ruled the 2000s. He ruled it. Him and Nelly. You know.
And I don't care how long ago that was. You know the thing that bothers me, and I just say this, I'm gonna just keep it real with everybody. The thing that bothers me is everybody that was born in the in between the realms of the 80s and 90s. We know and we respect. Like, well, when I say 90s, I'm gonna stop right at 95. We know and respect who Bow Wow is, and nobody says any type of backlash. You gonna call him out on that lame shit he do, but that's it. Beyond that, they always be talking about Bow Wow washed up or Bow Wow old. Bow Wow young is a motherfucker in all intents purposes. Bow Wow young as hell for real and been around for a long fucking time. And so
absolutely.
And this is what, you know what I'm saying? This is what I don't understand. Like, everybody from 95 and up really need to respect it. Some of the shit that y'all even doing now came from Boward Woward Esquire the First. Like, come on. Like, come on. This he was doing, even though it was rented cars, he was stunting. He was making rappers do certain shit.
Yeah.
He was making rappers get Bugattis and all this whole extra shit. I will 100% say that shit. Even though his shit was rented, he still was showing rappers this is what rappers should look like.
Mm-hmm. That he did. Like
he crawled for y'all to run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And y'all better respect that man. And that man ain't fell off. That man ain't in no Section 8 houses. Now, when I say he ain't in no Section 8 houses, that means he don't live there. But I can guarantee you, in at least 90% of these Section 8 houses, it's a Bow Wow brush or do-rag in that bitch. Respect that man's name.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. Absolutely, yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Just at the end of the day, let's just put respect on that man. And at the end of the day, that motherfucker is from Ohio. Like, and he's saying it. Just keep it real. Just to keep it real. He talking about being from Columbus, Ohio. Like,
that's it.
I'm gonna just leave it there. I ain't even about to go that far. But
Columbus, Ohio. He's not. And I get it. I already know what you're saying, and I'm gonna go ahead and do it because I told you I ain't gonna be no Missouri slander, but I'm gonna just go ahead and do it. It is Columbus, Ohio, y'all. Columbus, Ohio. This nigga's not beefing because he's representing New York or Atlanta.
Or
he's
Florida.
Not beefing because he's from Miami or claiming Miami. He ain't beefing because he's from any part of California. He ain't beefing with a nigga because he's saying he's from Jersey. This is Columbus, Ohio.
Such a random beef, man.
Even scratch that. This is Ohio. This is Ohio.
It's such a random beef.
You know what was the best thing before Bow Wow in Ohio?
Bone.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
Well, no.
Who else?
Bone.
Okay.
The Ohio
Cleveland.
Players.
Cleveland. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
I give you that.
Ohio Players.
Ohio Players was before WKRP.
Yeah. The Dayton Family.
The Dayton Family was underground. I'm talking about numbers Bow Wow doing.
I don't know. Okay, yeah. Bone.
Okay, Bone. Yep, you're right.
And
Bone.
A couple years after Bow Wow was LeBron.
Exactly.
I don't think nobody's bigger than LeBron out of Ohio as a state.
We all know that.
Yeah.
That's why LeBron didn't say anything about it.
That's why he talking. That's why whatever that man name is talking specifically about Columbus.
Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, that's why he's only talking about Columbus. Because if he open it up to the state, then I'm gonna need him to have several seats.
But that's the thing. Even at
Who else
that, it's like
Cat Williams is out of Cincinnati.
okay. So I'll take Ohio out of it. I'll just
Yeah.
strictly talk about Columbus.
Shit, Bow Wow
Yeah.
and Bow Wow. Shit, who
And
else?
Bow Wow, Bow Wow, Bow Wow, and Bow Wow.
Right, and then Sir Boward Woward
And Sir Boward Woward, Esquire, the fucking first. So, because I seen the Breakfast Club thing, and Charlamagne was like, he do respect. He was saying, what are you doing? And Columbus. But I will say this, like, I get what Charlamagne was saying, but at the end of the day, that ain't really what the basis of the argument was. He was trying to say, what he's doing and all this whole extra shit. But the basis was you wanted the title. Yeah, you want the title of who's the biggest. And at the end of the day, who gives a fuck about who's the biggest for real, y'all? Like,
yeah,
that's the thing that bothers me. Us as black folks, I always think it has to be a number one. And they always think that they have to be the number one. Point being told, it has to be all of us. Now, all of us in a collective can we can journey up and divvy in and vote who's the number one black nigga out of all of us, but that's what we can do. At the end of the day, we gotta stop having this narrative of it can only be one black man that's doing certain things in a certain area. It should be several of us. It should be a lot of us. Being real, it should be all of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but just for kicks and giggles, who's the biggest, the largest? Who's the biggest out of Kansas City?
Who's the biggest out of Kansas City? Hands down, is Tech. As far as rapping,
period. You think Tech bigger than Paul Rudd?
No, that's what I was about to say. Just period. Like, if we're doing period,
I mean, because Le'Veon Bell is not a rapper and Bow Wow is not a football player, so
that is true. Okay,
yeah.
So yeah, for the biggest to come out of this is two. It's either Sudeikis or Paul Rudd.
Well, are we opening it up to the metro, or are we talking about Kansas City, Missouri?
We're talking about the metro area.
Okay, all right. So Sudeikis would be included. All right.
Yep, because if you think about it, Le'Veon Bell is. I think he's from like. Hold on, let me because I think he's from a little spot that's outside of Columbus, but they claim Columbus.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make sure that I'm right about this.
Well, who's bigger, Sudeikis or Paul Rudd?
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd, yeah.
Paul Rudd.
He's Ant-Man, There's somebody else that's from Overland Park.
Yeah, he's from Ronaldsburg, Ohio.
Okay. All right. So is there anybody bigger than Paul Rudd?
From here? Born and raised here? I don't think so. I don't think so. If we're because we also got that dude from Modern Family. But he's not even. Yeah, the big dude from Modern Family.
Okay.
Because if we're putting it in the metro, he's from Shawnee.
Shawnee, okay. I didn't know that. Okay, that's what's up. Who else?
I think don't quote me on that, but I think so. Because he was coming down here a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember him. I remember even running into him in the plaza.
Okay.
But like, I don't think it's. You know what I'm saying? If we're gonna go, who's the biggest out of the metro? Paul Rudd.
All right. Okay.
And Paul Rudd is phenomenal. If y'all don't know who Paul Rudd is, One, stop being super black. For real. I get it. I get it. You got your Hotep hat on. You only listening to Umar. I get that 100%.
But sometimes you gotta watch a Marvel movie here and there.
Yeah, but every now and then, man, you watch a fucking movie.
Right.
Watch it. I ain't telling you watch every movie, but just watch a fucking movie.
Right. Sometimes you gotta get a Marvel movie in. And he's definitely the Ant-Man. And he does a damn good job at playing Ant-Man.
Yeah, he does.
And I have to agree. Off the top of my head, I can't think of nobody bigger than Paul Rudd. Yeah. And we've had some people.
We have some famous people.
Yeah, a lot. Wait. If we're talking dead or alive, Truman, duh. He's the biggest.
Okay, so now that we're talking dead or alive, yeah, of course it's Truman, because Truman was a fucking POTUS.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Well, end of discussion. Next topic.
Right.
All right. Well, next topic is we have our weekly Diddy update. So yeah, Diddy is suing he's suing the guy that came out and said that he has the real Kim Porter transcript, and the lawyer that's representing him, for like $50 million, I want to say. Now, this guy, he came out like right after the book controversy came out, and he said that he acquired the real transcript from a person that got it from a person that got it from a person. And excuse me, all those people want to be anonymous, but he's gonna come out, and he's being represented by this lady who some people call her an ambulance chaser or whatever, but she was actually in this latest Diddy documentary that's on Peacock, and she's done press runs as well, but this man never knew Kim Porter, hasn't shown anybody in the press paperwork that looks like a transcript or a flash drive or nothing, but we supposed to take his word for it that he has the real transcript, even though they're saying that she didn't have one. But you believe what you want, whatever. But yeah, it's a weird case or what have you, but Diddy is suing. So yeah. What are your thoughts about that?
As he should.
Yeah.
For me, in my opinion, is these two people are capitalizing off of, one, Diddy's situation, two, a dead woman. And I don't like the latter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever went on in Diddy's career, whatever went on in Diddy's outside life, has nothing to do with a memoir from Kim, even if she discussed anything, because that is just that's hers and hers alone. If you have a real memoir, and it could be controversy, and it could be one of those things where it's something to talk about and could be damaging and incriminating. Cool. If you have it to write the book, write the book and then start talking to producers about writing a fucking movie. It shouldn't be involved in what's going on with Diddy, because you want to respect this woman.
Yeah.
And that's just how I would look at it. I would not try to capitalize on what's going on with Diddy But I'm not everybody. You know, somebody's gonna look at me and say, like, no, I like that's gonna be the reason, that's gonna be the extra push. Nah, I think what would be the extra push is if I wrote if she had a memoir and I made a book and I didn't even involve myself in this case, and then while this case was going through trial, I started getting the writer to write a screenplay, because whatever gets put out in trial to the public is free for me to put on this movie. Like I would play the game like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me. I think farther than what a lot of other people think. I'm not trying to look for small capitalized gain just to ruin my name. Because if Diddy wins this, y'all ain't coming back from this. There ain't no way y'all coming back from this. Even if this nigga is found guilty, y'all still are not gonna climb out of this. If y'all lost a defamation suit against somebody that got found guilty, y'all will never climb out of this.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what y'all could be. Y'all could be the ones that do talk show tours and keep trying to promote yourself. And as soon as y'all stop doing it, nobody's gonna remember your name.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a bad move for you on my end.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I mean it's just another ongoing thing, you know, with this whole Diddy thing. And I think that they're gonna start the trial in May, I wanna say that's when we said that they were gonna start the trial. So that's pretty much what I'm waiting on.
Yeah.
You know,
Because
because all the other little frivolous bullshit is bullshit. Like, you didn't insert yourself in this for what? Now you got a lawsuit coming your way.
Yeah, just because you tried to get a couple of extra views and subscribers to your shit, you can get buried.
Mm-hmm.
And because I'll tell y'all something, and this is for America, y'all really have to understand this. Y'all get so caught up in TV shows and movies where they be like, they'll tell you when it's an underdog against a big old conglomerate, and be like, oh no, you know, this is controversy sales. This is what's gonna make us bigger. And in the movies, that work.
Yeah.
It works in the movies. It don't work in real life. Diddy got lawyers that not only will destroy you as far as mentally, they will destroy you as far as career wise.
Yeah. And they'll do it for fun.
This is what they get paid to do.
Yeah.
What was that one show with Kerry Washington?
Scandal.
Scandal. These are the type of lawyers that Diddy got.
Mm-hmm.
Diddy got one cutthroat, and then he got the cutthroat under him got people that'll literally scare you.
Yeah.
Like, this is, you know what I'm saying? This is the type of time that they be playing in real and right in front of us. And y'all be thinking, because, you know what I'm saying, y'all watch TV and like, well, the underdog wins. That because that's TV.
Mm-hmm.
They be showing you shit in real time because that's what they be doing. This is how they bury you. This is how people forget about you. I'll just put it in perspective for a lot of people. So if you don't understand, y'all can look up lawsuits from like big companies where they have won out, and then try to Google that person's name that they won out from. Mm-hmm. They're gone.
Yeah.
You can't find shit about them.
Right. They'll bankrupt you for sport.
They will bury you.
Yeah.
Like, man, come on. So, you know what I'm saying? If they lose this, I hope, you know what I'm saying? I hope that they do what drug dealers do and start putting money to the side, because you're going to have to live in obscurity.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you got to ask yourself every day while you're living that way, was it really worth it?
Was it really worth it? And it fucking wasn't.
No. Hell no.
It fucking wasn't. Hell no. Because if you don't have a memoir of Kim Porter, you would put smut on that lady name and shame you. God bless the dead.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really unfortunate, and she still got young kids out here. You know what I mean? Like y'all, and then y'all are burying them in all this smut about their mom. On top of them, having to deal with their father in jail. Like that's the part that really sucks. Like I don't know what I'd do if my dad was in jail and then my mom, y'all talking mad shit about my mom. You know,
Right. As
I
much
don't
as
know
you
what
know
I'd do.
about your daddy, and I'm not saying Diddy was I think he showed his sons the ways he moved, but that ain't what he showed his daughters.
No,
And
no.
so that on having your dad as a daughter go through that when that's your superstar, like real life. Um,
Mm-hmm.
our children, if your daddy is a part of your life, boy or girl, nigga, that's your superstar for a long time.
Yeah, yeah,
And for them to be going through this, and then on top of dragging your deceased mother, like the toll that it puts on kids.
yeah,
I hope I live long enough to see those twins actually thrive.
yeah. Right, right. Yeah. Tully's watching. She says, "Hey, Ish talkers, what y'all talking Ish about?"
The first thing we talking about, Toy, is why you always show up an hour fucking late.
She shows up fashionably late.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like you know what I'm saying. Next time you show up fashionably late, Toy, you need to just jump on live.
Right. We need to see you.
Yeah, we need to
Yeah.
see you.
But yeah. But I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. So
I'll always,
you're right.
100%, always.
You're right. So yeah. So in other lawsuit news, Chris Brown, which I'm so here for this. He is suing the network who and the parent company of the network who did the documentary Chris Brown and History of Violence a few months ago. So several months ago we got word that this documentary was in the works and was about to be aired. And there was a whole uproar because this documentary buzz came out around the same time that Chris Brown announced that he was doing his Johannesburg tour dates. So everybody was super happy for him to do those 2 dates in Johannesburg, and then boom, this trailer for this documentary drops. Now everybody's pissed off because like y'all coming after Chris Brown. Chris Brown don't do shit. Like we talked about it on the show. Chris Brown don't do shit, but do his songs, his dances, his tours, and snorts his coke, allegedly.
Ain't no allegedly.
Hey,
We're not gonna say allegedly about
it's
it.
allegedly. It's allegedly.
All right, all right.
Yeah. Hey,
They got photos.
they got photos and videos, but ain't nobody coming around here to steal me. I ain't got it. So yeah.
I ain't got it either, but you know what I'm saying, nigga. I know a plug, nigga, that you know what I'm saying, that make you stop suing us.
Yeah.
Like,
So
and he got you, nigga.
right. So so, so yeah, they aired it. They aired the documentary. Didn't hear no buzz about it because I feel like us as a collective boycotted it. Because I watched several people on YouTube that do reviews, and not one person got online and was like, "I watched this so y'all wouldn't have to." Like, yeah, nobody talked about it. So
Yeah, I definitely didn't watch that bullshit.
yeah, and I wouldn't. I don't even. I think the ID channel was the one that aired it, and I don't know what time or day that it got aired because I ain't give a fuck. Like I don't. No. We're done here. We're done. So, Chris Brown said, "Oh no! Before you walk out that door being done, let me go on ahead and slap this $500 million lawsuit on the table." And basically, what they were saying was that they tried to tell them beforehand this bitch lying because it was one chick that they had on there that was that they presented anonymously, um and this chick um is pretty much what they based the whole documentary around, from what I hear. And she told her story. She did try to sue him, and then it got dropped. I think she had got dropped by her lawyer at one point or whatever, um, because it's evident. Um, the evidence reflects that Chris Brown did have a sexual encounter with her one time, and she was trying to come back and get the D, and he basically was like, "I'm cool on you." Um, and he has like the proof, like text messages and stuff that's saying that. So, um, excuse me. So, how if I mean questions do arise. One of them for me is, if he did what he did that you're claiming that he did, why was you trying to go back and get more? But I'm not nobody that digs into the psyche of a sexual assault victim. So
Okay. So
yeah. So I don't know how.
yeah, I see how you skating around this.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and say this. Chris Brown is suing because he got proof that this bitch is lying.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. Now, I'm not never going to victim shame anybody. If anything happened to you, the last thing I'm gonna do is try to say the weirdest things were like what police ask you, like, well, what was you doing, or how much did you have to drink, or what did you have on? Like, I'm not doing none of that shit. I would never shame anybody for being a victim. What I will call you out for is being a fucking liar. And so if a man, like we said before, stays the fuck out of the way when it comes to that type of shit because of what he been through already, if he ain't safeguarding himself, goddamn you me, he a dumbass. But we see that ain't what the fuck he doing.
Mm-hmm.
He been safeguarding himself from some shit like this just in case it fucking happens. Listen,
Yeah.
Puff Daddy is going through a trial where they're literally saying that he is using baby oil to fuck niggas in the booty. And he's only suing for $50 million. He's only suing for $50 million.
Just 50, You got
This
it.
lady is just saying, and I'm not saying just saying like, I'm downplaying her. But what she's saying happened. He's saying it ain't true. And he said $500 million defamation case.
And he's not suing her. He's suing the network that put this documentary out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So he's basically saying, listen, if Diddy can ruin these niggas, I'm going to ruin y'all.
Yeah.
And I got receipts.
And he got receipts. And then on top of that, when they got word that this documentary was coming, they tried to go to the network with the receipts and let them know, hey, this bitch is lying. And they still decided to put out this documentary. So yeah,
That's great.
I hope he gets every penny.
Underestimating people. Mom, listen.
I hope he gets every penny,
He should get every penny. And I'm going to tell everybody that's listening, hey, check this out. See how this is played out? and then I'm gonna tell you on some real time. Stop underestimating them crackheads around you, because if they told you they done seen some shit and ain't seen a nigga doing some foul shit, better start listening to it. Stop downplaying a nigga because you saw a nigga dance like this. Like, stop downplaying a nigga because he did that on stage. Like, stop.
What'd he do again? What'd he do?
That nigga shit. Like, stop downplaying a nigga to do that. That don't mean he ain't on his business. He's performing. Let's just let that nigga perform.
Great.
That don't mean he don't know what he's talking about.
He want to make his music. He want to perform and then turn around and do it all over again. Like, just let him do him. He has tried for the last few years to really make it strictly about the art. And he's done a pretty successful job. You know, you got that corner of people that just don't want you to forget his transgressions, but for the most part, he's done a pretty good job keeping it strictly on the art. But y'all keep fucking with him, and y'all want that old Chris Brown back.
And this is the thing. So this is the thing that I really hate about people in general. Y'all really think because y'all not celebrities that y'all can just y'all can do certain shit in the past and then change, and that's not you no more. And you think that that's justified for you. Mm-hmm. But then you don't justify a celebrity because you've seen it happen and unfold in your face. You don't want to justify that they are changing or they're a different individual.
Right.
That's the thing that irks me so much, because you will have 100 people that will back a celebrity and tell them that they're a totally different person. And you ain't got one motherfucker that'll vouch for you and say you're a totally different person. But you still ready to throw a celebrity under the bus. Mm-hmm. I just don't be understanding that shit. That shit baffles me a lot, because it's just like, dude, what y'all even accusing this man of? And I will always say accusing. It's because the woman that accused him, it turned around and still end up being friends with him at the end of the day. Or not friends, I won't say friends, but associates. They still can be in the same room without it being a problem.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what I'm saying, and I'm not saying that he didn't do what y'all accuse him of doing. I'm not saying that. But at the same time, I'll say this. Whatever happened that night, she knows what happened. He knows, and she's still able to greet this man without being scared or fearful.
Yeah, which is why I say I'm not gonna get into the psyche of a sexual assault victim.
Yeah, I'm never gonna do that, but I'm gonna just keep it 100. Like I just don't understand, because what this lady is doing, like this new lady, like, yeah, whatever happened, I don't know. Mm-hmm. But I will say what everybody tries to stab Chris in the back for is some shit that the woman that he got accused of doing that to been forgave. So why y'all ain't forgave?
Yeah. Yeah, and then the things that he's admitted to, like the assault against Rihanna, he's admitted to that assault, and you know, and he's asked for forgiveness from Rihanna, and Rihanna forgave him. You know what I'm saying? And people still want to come after him about that. Now, if that person can't forgive him, so can you.
And I'm gonna keep it 100. You know why she can't forgive him? And I'm gonna piss a bunch of people off when I say this, but I'm gonna keep it real because I said it before. A woman will never forgive abuse if it was unprovoked. If it was unprovoked abuse, like I didn't say anything, I just was like, "Hey, babe, can you take out the trash?" And then the nigga whole just start beating your ass. Then of course, you're never forgiving that. But if you said some disrespectful shit to that man, Because you don't know everybody. I love how you said this, and I always ride on this. Your disrespect ain't nobody else's. Ain't nobody else's disrespect. They disrespect can end up being far more than what what your disrespect is.
Mm-hmm.
You going in there? And I've said this as a joke before, but I keep it 100. And that fucking limo. If she looked that man in the face with a real Barbados accent and said, "Want puss can't shake leg," that would have pissed anybody the fuck off. Period. If you a thug, you don't even know what she talking about. But this nigga a dancer. This motherfucker say, "Puss can't shake leg." Punk puss can't shake leg. Man, that nigga would have barrel turned a knee into that bitch forehead. Like, nowhere in the world.
Yeah, I mean,
she apologized for that shit. Now, I ain't gonna say, I'll take that lie back. She didn't apologize. But I'm saying she was able to take that apology because she know she probably provoked that shit. And I'm not saying she did it. This is all allegedly. This is my opinion. All I know is being a person that grew up in abuse, a woman don't never forgive you if it's unprovoked. If it was provoked, because I know women to be like, nah, because I was mad and I was pushing that man's buttons for real. Because all men don't just sock they women, but it's certain shit that a woman can do when dealing with a man that can dig in his soul. Because you got to understand, being around a woman, living with a woman, she knows every in and out about you, and she can stab you in a conversation. Every man's reaction is gonna be different. Some niggas can walk away, some niggas will punch a wall, and some niggas will punch a jaw. It just is what it is.
yeah.
And I'm not condoning abuse, y'all. I don't, please don't get that misconstrued. I'm just saying your disrespect is not somebody else's disrespect. Especially some niggas don't talk, so they not gonna have an argument match with you. You gonna say some shit to them, and they just gonna be like, "Foul." I don't care what it is. I ain't saying they gonna punch you in the mouth, but they'll throw you against a wall and walk the fuck out the room like, "Man, bitch, you almost got yourself killed." Right? So you got to understand. I get it, and I'm just gonna keep it 100. Like, I just truly believe Rihanna. She forgave him because she said, "I might have provoked that. I might have made that happen."
I mean, if that's the case, it would make more sense why it occurred. Because I don't think he got in that car and was just like, "All right, let's box." You know what I mean?
Right. I think
Something
it was some shit going on. I think there's some shit being said. Like, they'll never tell you the real story. I think it was some shit being said. Things going on. You know, they probably arguing about whatever. She probably
they
called
probably was fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, of course they was fighting each other.
Yeah, I've had those conversations with people. You know, where people are of the belief that she was beating him first, and he just snapped. I mean, we will never know. We will never know. And shoot, they was in a Lambo, so it ain't that much room in a Lambo.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, you never know what's going on.
Yeah, and you know, the type of markings that she had, like, she had bite marks. Like, ain't no man just, you know, biting. That's not necessarily something you normally see come from a man. So I think they was just doing all kinds of shit in that motherfucker. Like, I don't know. But whatever it was, I mean, it was definitely unfortunate, but folks will not let him live that down.
Again, like I said, the woman that everybody is faulting him for still can be around him in a room and not be scared.
Yeah.
So the woman that is that they were trying to base this documentary off of,
Mm-hmm.
The reason why he has receipts because he's like that's not what he's trying to do anymore. You got to understand because people downplay what the whole situation. Chris Brown not only was facing being canceled, quote unquote, but he was also facing jail time.
Yeah.
Chris was facing going to jail over this.
And he ultimately did for real because he had probation violations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was a lot. It was a lot.
Like,
And
you gotta let that man live. Y'all let Mike Tyson. Y'all literally let Mike Tyson live off and be the fucking Gandhi of black folks now. But y'all let him live off of literally raping somebody. Well, allegedly raping somebody. No, that case been proven. He was proved guilty.
And on top of that, Robin Givens came out talking about how when they were married, he was beating her. So she said that to Oprah in front of him.
Y'all let him ride on that, and y'all still trying to give Chris Brown flag for literally fighting somebody that's fighting him. Like,
yeah.
And no downplay, and again, no downplay to assault.
Yeah.
But at the same time, again, I will integrate this. That woman can still be in a room with him and still have a smile on her face. Not like she in there like, yeah, because I'm standing up for my truth. She literally in there laughing and giggling and talking to this man. They been let that shit go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, and you know what I'm saying? That's not something that I done heard hearsay. This is shit that I've actually seen. These motherfuckers are cool with each other.
Yeah.
They didn't know they didn't know it was gonna get that far. She probably was mad that he even had to go through the shit he was going through to just keep it a bean. Like she had to go through that process because when she stepped out that Lambo, motherfucker was like, "Oh nah, fuck that."
Yeah.
But didn't nobody give a fuck about what Chris Brown looked like?
Yeah, right. Because there's no picture of him right after. You know, I think they got mugshots, but that's about it. And then, Rihanna was going to court with him. So, yeah, like, it at the end of the day, I just really hope Chris Brown wins and gets all his money. He said he's gonna donate a portion of the settlement to actual victims, I want to say. So
I respect that, Chris. I respect that because, like, it is victims. I just ain't. I'm just not one of them villains.
Yeah, I'm not that. I'm not that guy. So yeah. So that's that. Yeah. So I don't have.
Can't shake leg. Punk puss can't shake leg. Pussy boy, and just imagine that. Just imagine. Pussy boy in a Lambo, and then a motherfucker slap the shit out of you. Man, you gonna pull that goddamn Lambo over. You got me fucked up. You got me. Punk puss can't shake leg. Pussy boy, slap.
Right.
Man, come on. Shit. Hold on. Time out.
Yeah. And I'm sure only 2 people know what happened in that Lambo.
Man.
So, but yeah. That's that. So I have a couple of comments. Tohi says, because she's at work. And yes, she is fashionably late, but at least she's here. And then she says, we know that if you hit someone, you should expect a reaction. Yeah. I am of the population that says everybody keep their hands to themselves.
Me too. 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know the person's reaction when you hit them. And I don't think men should hit women, but I also don't think women should hit men. I think everybody should keep their hands to themselves.
Yep.
You don't know how that man was taught. You know what I'm saying? You don't know his reflexes or anything like that. So you shouldn't think that you can do everything to him and throw everything at him, including the kitchen sink, and he just supposed to stand there and take it. That's not cool. Like, men are not supposed to be beaten up on. Just like women are not supposed to be beaten up on.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody keep their hands to themselves. If you can't keep your hands to yourself, then maybe you should be by yourself.
Listen, I will totally back that up, and I'll say this. Y'all really have to understand that when you put yourself in the ring with an individual, most of us grew up in poverty, so we ain't got no weight class. So that weight class don't mean weight class, excuse me, that doesn't exclude genders either. So I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Man that's like me, that grew up like I grew up with nothing but women in my family. So I would never raise my hand to them just because I was taught not to. At the same time that I say that, I'll slap the shit out of bitch. If you step out of bounds with me and you think you're gonna put your hands on me, I don't know you, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll settle that shit later with your brother, your daddy, or whoever. Because I'm gonna let them know I don't let nobody put their hands on me. Period.
Yeah.
Dot.
Yeah.
Like, and then y'all strangers too. So I was lightweight with her. Just imagine what I'm about to do to you. Because I'm gonna put all for force in these hands. You know what I'm saying? If I got to, I just slapped that bitch enough to let her know, hey man, you tripping. I'm the wrong motherfucker to play with like that. And motherfuckers had to understand that. With certain individuals, man. I got taught from my grandma. My grandma, her nickname, literally, my grandma's name is Lula B. Morrell. She was one of the first women fighter fighters in this city. Although she worked for a small company, but in that small company, she was not only the first woman, but the first Black woman to be a firefighter for that small company. Her nickname was Boss. I learned from Boss. And Boss told me straight out, you always got to respect a woman. A woman always going to be a woman. She's going to do everything that a woman's supposed to do. But every now and then, a bitch take her panties off and try to put your drawers on. And it's your place to knock that bitch back in panties.
I've never heard it put in those words.
Straight up. She used to tell me that shit all the time. And I never understood that shit because I was always around my cousins and my sisters. So I would never put my hands on them. But then when I started realizing what she was talking about, like, oh, nah, them outside bitches ain't got nothing to do with how much you love a woman. If you ain't never did nothing to provoke this hoe and this hoe is provoking you, man, the minute she try to do something off scale, like put her hands on you, like she think you ain't shit, oh, no, you need to knock her ass back into what it really is. I'm a man at the end of the day. You need to call your brother if you're going to do something to me.
Yeah. So moral of the story, everybody keep their hands to themselves. You know?
Flat out.
But yeah. So, that's that. And I don't have any final thoughts. So Jerry's fine. Oh, I do have a final thought though. I watched the Jerry Springer documentary that's on Netflix.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. I would suggest anybody who got a couple of hours to spare, because it's 2 parts. So if you got any hours to spare, if you got a couple hours to spare, I would suggest watching it. But yeah, so that's my final thought. Oh, and I saw one of them days.
Yeah.
On Martin Luther King's Jr.'s holiday. It was a movie.
Definitely gotta watch it. Yeah. I was about to, you know what? No, I'm not gonna disrespect these 2 ladies, Miss Palmer.
They definitely had good chemistry. Yeah, they definitely had.
I was about to say something stupid because of Martin Luther King, but I'm not.
But yeah, You know, they definitely had good chemistry. It was reminiscent of Friday, but it wasn't funny. It was humorous, but it wasn't funny.
Mm.
But yeah, take that as you may. But Jerry's final thoughts, take it away.
All right. If you are new to this channel, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you are listening to us because you've seen us on any social media, again, hit the like and subscribe button. Get us monetized. But that's just me, shameless, promoting us. What I want to do is, on this final thought, to say this. We lose people. We have people that we thought was one way, and then they switch sides on us. We have people that want to stand on somebody else's neck to prove who they are. And then we have people who are always trying to make sure that they're on top while slandering or trying to put you down as a individual. This is how the world works. It just is what it is. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's right. What I'm saying is, at one point, for all of us, we have to only stick on what we stand for and stand on that type of business. Everybody tells you ain't supposed to be a martyr now. And I 100% agree with that, but I will 100% agree with myself when I say this. Somebody got to do it. And it ain't got to be all of us, but it got to be somebody. Everybody can't just sit back and watch it and not make a play on it. I think that's what sets us back. That's what's not putting us in the elite with a lot of people, because everybody, we've seen so many assassinations. Everybody just so they so scared to die for something that they stand for, and we need to change that perspective. I know that sounds like I'm going a little dark, but I'm not going a little dark. This is for change. Again, shout out to Lula B. The boss told me a long time ago that you will never see the change that you want to see in your children. And she said that while she was letting me know that she bought every last one of her children a house, and she would never see how they was able to either keep the house or sell the house for a good profit. She was never gonna be able to see that. But she did it because she knew it was going to help every last one of them out financially for that longevity or just generational wealth. Even though if that generation died in that generation, she still moved it along. So I be thinking you got to look at shit like that. I know it sounds like I'm rambling, but it has to, you know what I'm saying? The things that we have to do with each other has to make sense. Somebody has to sacrifice. Y'all got to stop thinking, oh no, that ain't my bag. Nah, it is. It is. At the end of the day, every last one of us gonna be washed up. We're gonna be washed up, and we're gonna be has-beens. So what are you doing for the generation behind you? And as always, take care of yourself and others.
Right. Well, thank you for Jerry's final thought. And this was episode 146 of the Ish We Talk. And we will see you guys for episode 147. Bye.
Exactly.